I'd like to call the Smithfield Town Council to order Tuesday, April 29, 2025. Reconvene into open session to disclose any votes taken in executive session as required in the Rhode Island General Laws 42, 46, 4. There were no votes taken. No business. Consider, discuss, and act upon the terms of a purchase and sales agreement addressing the acquisition of property located at 60 Austin Avenue in Smithfield, Rhode Island. Councilman Ionati.
Mr. President, I move that the Smithfield Town Council approve the terms of a purchase and sales agreement addressing the acquisition of property located at 60 Austin Avenue, Smithfield, Rhode Island, and authorizing the interim town manager to execute the same.
Second.
Thank you. We have a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Basically, I think we should explain what the purchase and sale agreement does to the public. Basically, we're acquiring the property that's used to be called St. Aloysius and is now known as the Overbrook Academy on Austin Avenue for $5.3 million. We're going to be financing the property, the purchase, with a $4.5 million interest-only loan. It'll be interest only for 2 years, giving us a time to determine, what we finally want to do with the property. I think in the interim we can lease it and use the money to, make payments on the loan. Also, the property comes with 40 acres. 43 acres of land. So this is I think a very good opportunity for Smithfield, a good acquisition for the town. It'll give us room if we need to expand our offices, our schools, a lot of potential with this property.
I just would also like to add that I think this is a great addition to Smithfield. It has a lot of value, will add a lot of value, but I would also like to see the opportunity for the public to give their input. There's just a lot of possibilities here, a lot of different things we can do. So, hopefully they'll have their opportunity to give their input and their feedback. We could have a workshop, something like that, but I do just want to put that out there.
Maybe we want to get some public comment before we do the vote.
Anybody? Angelica?
I would just like to add to Councilman Toppy's point. I have been in some discussions with Councilman Winfield and President Tassoni regarding public input. The Camp Shepherd Committee was so successful in, after we acquired that property, which was also, a huge acquisition for Smithfield, kind of parsing through everything and making a plan for that. So I think with some discussions, maybe creating another subcommittee to handle and help guide and make recommendations regarding the St. Aloysius property also might be productive for the town and a good opportunity for public comment.
Thank you. Councilman Winfield?
Well, and just to jump on that, it's, we have the Brain Trust here in town. We have people that do this and they know this, and we can take them and work with them and make it, with not much fanfare. We just put our minds together, and we're gonna be rolling. And within a year, we'll be up and running. And I just think reaching out to people within town that have this knowledge, that's the right way to go.
Anyone from the public like to comment?
Ed DeMail, 75 Whipple Road. I'd like to see that property at 60.
Excuse me, is that green button up? Or is it red?
It's red.
All right, push it down. Thank
Ed
you.
DeMail, 75 Whipple Road. I'd like to see that property at 60 Austin. I heard your comments. Stay as open space for walking trails. There's basketball courts. It's a lot of land that people would enjoy to walk around. And I think Anthony could be influential, like he did the park in North Providence, to keep it that way. No buildings, just.
Well, that's one of the main reasons why we all got together and we thought this was a good idea. There was a multitude of different contractors looking to buy that piece of property and put up condos, houses, and the whole bit. So, I mean, right now, the town of Smithfield has about 1,100 units on the board.
That's enough. Thank you guys for buying, keeping it the way it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, can you imagine what, several hundred condos would do to the traffic in that area, especially Austin and 44?
You mean the cut-through, Pleasant View Ave and Pleasant View Circle? I cannot thank you enough for being so proactive and coming out and picking up this property, taking it off of, the developer's hands. You have made a plan for future generations. I'm not going to be around another 50 years. So for that, I thank you. Soccer fields, lacrosse, whatever the town wants, fire station. You had to get a permit down in Station 1 and go upstairs. How is that handicap accessible? I don't know if they've revamped it. I haven't been there. But there's just so many possibilities. This town, when we were going to spend the money, the hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this building over, it did come up. I was like, why don't we take it by eminent domain? I don't mean to be creepy, but, maybe it would have been the best thing. We wouldn't have had these, since 1940, nothing on the tax rolls and all the bad publicity that we've gotten because of what goes on down there or had gone on down there. So again, just to cut it real short, which I'm not good at, I thank you all. And, on behalf of my children, my grandchildren, and everybody else's kids, you're doing the best thing possible. So again, thank you all for agreeing.
You're welcome. Anyone else? So we have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor? Aye. Nays? Ayes have it. Consider, discuss, the act upon a resolution authorizing the town manager to execute a letter of intent dated April 28, 2025, with the Washington Trust, delineating the terms and conditions of the lender financing that will be utilized to acquire the property located at 60 Austin Avenue, Smithfield, Rhode Island. Councilman Ionati.
Mr. President, I move that the council adopt a resolution, which I will read also, authorizing the town council to execute a letter of intent. We don't have the exact date right now, with Washington Trust, delineating the terms and conditions of lender financing that will be utilized to acquire the property located at 60 Austin Avenue. The resolution states, whereas the town of Smithfield desires to acquire certain real property known as 60 Austin Avenue, Smithfield, Rhode Island, currently known as Overbrook Academy, and whereas the town council recognizes the substantial public benefit of acquiring said property for purposes of preserving open space and utilizing the existing buildings. And now therefore be it resolved that the Smithfield Town Council, who authorizes the interim town manager, Robert Seltzer, to execute the attached purchase and sales agreement to acquire the real property located at 60 Austin Avenue, Smithfield, Rhode Island, for the sum of $5,300,000, and it is attached here too as Exhibit A. The Smithfield Town Council further authorizes the interim town manager to execute a letter of intent with Washington Trust to partially assist in financing the acquisition of the property located at 60 Austin Avenue, Smithfield, Rhode Island, in an amount not to exceed $4.5 million.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? Hearing none. Entertain the motions. You got a second? All in favor? Aye. Nays? Ayes have it. Public comment? No public comment. Motion to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Nays? I have it.